Welcome back to another episode of Tech Talk here at Mac. So we just need to go ahead and add our text to this now to have it completed, and so we want to make sure that we are over here on our engrave layer to do that. Unless of course you want your text to be cut through the bookmark, then you would put it on the cut layer. And so we want to come up here and first get this to where we can see the whole bookmark in the window. So the easiest way to do that is click on View up here and say Fit All in Window, and that will put it all in the window there. And then we want to choose our text tool, okay, so the T, and click on our bookmark somewhere and add the text that we will be using. So you can type in whatever text you want to use there as long as it's school appropriate. And some things we can do to change that. Okay, after you add your text, you may need to change it to your font type, change the size of it. If you want to center it to where it's centered down the bookmark, you can come right up here and that has the choices where you can center the text. And after I do this, I'm going to realize that that's too long to fit across here, so I'll probably separate out the text to fit down here. So remember, it doesn't really matter on the laser engraver what size font it does, like it did with our vinyl cutter. So I can choose whatever I think looks best to fill in the bookmark. So I'm going to come up here and choose the font that I want to use, and so I can either click here. If I know what the name is, I can just start to type in the first few letters of it. So I'm just going to start to type in the first few letters of mine so that it will go down to it. There. And then once I have that typed in, I'm going to go ahead and make the font size just a little bit bigger than that. So I'm going to say probably, we'll see if 24 is too big here in a second. And I'm going to click on Enter here and see if I can do this to fit. So I'm just going to go in between the words and click Enter to try to get this to fit on here however I want it to fit. So I think I'm going to do each word. And I'm going to move it over here. And so once I kind of have it over here, then I can see if I want to make it larger or not. And so I do, because I want it to almost fill the entire thing. So I'm going to try 36 and see if that's going to be too big or if it still fits in there. And so that fits in there really nice. And so I'm probably just going to bring it down a little bit and center it a little bit more on the bookmark. And that's just a personal design preference. You can put it on there however you want. And once I have it like I want it, then I'm going to right click on it and say Create Outlines. Okay, so I have to be on the black arrow, the select tool, to click my text first before this option will show up. And then if I right click and say Create Outlines, now I can see when I hit Control Y that my text is outlined like that, and everything is ready to go to cut it out and engrave it on the laser. So basically this project is done. I'm just going to save it by hitting Control S real quick on the keyboard, and I'm going to turn in my files and finish my EDP and go on to my next project. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will talk to you next time.